Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parshas Emor, to say, and there are a lot of practical commandments in this Parsha, but one of the commandments, actually two commandments in one sentence, it's an answer to ages-old questions, the Jewish question. Every question is a Jewish question, and there are many nations, empires, civilizations that try to resolve the Jewish question. And they tried, and we're still here. From Egyptians to former Soviet Union, from Greece to Nazi Germany. But we're still here. And the problem is that maybe they're doing it wrong, and it's not about a Jewish question, it's a question within the Jews. And our weekly Torah portion tells about two mitzvahs, two critical mitzvahs to the Jewish identity in general. In one sentence, it says that you should not desecrate the name of God, and I will sanctify myself among the sons of Israel. And our sages derive from these two mitzvahs. One, the prohibition to desecrate the name of God and to make the God's name holy and to publicize the God's name among the other nations, among the world. Now, there are a lot of words that not understood. What does it mean? God's name, to desecrate, to make it holy. First of all, what is a name? Exactly like a human being, when we have a name, why do we need a name? I don't need a name for myself. I need the name for communication with the world around me. When I want to talk to the person, this person stands with the back to me. I call him or her by the name. Exactly the same thing with the God. God presents himself to us, to the outside world, with his name. And it's a very complex subject of the God's name, names that are representing his quality. There is one personal name, the kind of first name, Yud-K, Vav-K, but in general, the name of God, it's the minimum information that we will need to communicate with him. When we say that we desecrate God's name, this means that we do not behave in a way that God wants us to behave when we represent, because the Jewish question, it's not a question for other nations. The Jewish question is a question to us, and in this sentence specifically says that he will make his name holy among us, because how we call the Jewish nation? The word Jew come much later, already after destruction of the second temple. That's the first time mentioned in the Megillah Esther, but the Jewish people usually called Israel, son of Israel, the land of Israel. This is our land, and the word Israel, this is a given name by Kadosh Baruch Hu to Yaakov Avinu, means that I will present inside you. You, my representatives, you Jewish people, my ambassadors. And when the other nations try to resolve this question, usually we call the anti-Semitism, but the truth is they just were looking for God. Why? Because the God is within us, and when we desecrate God's name, when we turn away, when we turn our back to God, other nations tell us, please call him by the names. This was called by different titles, from anti-Semitism to slavery, from exile to Inquisition to the Free Palestine and the Committee for the Human Rights. But at the end of the day, all what they want us to represent. Why? Because at the end of the day, we are with the God on a first name basis. And yes, anti-Semitism exists and will exist always, and it is useless to fight it. All what we need to do, to resolve the Jewish question, and the question is, are we on a first name basis with God? Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.